Finally, I want to get into a little bit of the Obama budget with you. $3.6 trillion, which calls for major tax increases on the wealthy. And I want to read you something from, and this is it right here, the president's budget. While middle-class families have been playing by the rules, living up to their responsibilities as neighbors and citizens, those at the commanding heights of our economy have not. Mr. Goolsbee, it's a blanket statement from the administration. People who make money have not played by the rules?
I think you're stretching a little bit the blanket statement. It's not saying that it's been illegal. It's saying the rules of the game that the American economy has followed for decades is that the core strength of the economy is middle-class workers. Over the last 8 years before this president came into office, we saw an unbelievable squeeze on the middle class like nothing we have seen in decades. We go through the first boom in recorded economic history of the country where the median family's income falls by $2,000 while corporate profits and overall GDP rise dramatically. The president is saying in his budget that he's carrying out in the recovery package and in the budget, giving a tax cut to 95% of working people, and that people who make more than $250,000 a year will go back to the rates as they were at the end of the 90s. That if they pay a bit more, that isn't going to bring the economy down. And that style of thinking, that it's going to trickle down and we should just keep cutting taxes at the top, got us where we are today. It didn't solve the problem.
Mr. Goolsbee, and again, I'm quoting directly from the president's budget here. This is page 5 of the president's budget. Again, he's saying that those are the commanding heights of our economy. I assume that means people who are more than middle class have not played by the rules. And then again, let's go to this statement from page 5. There's nothing wrong with making money, but there is something wrong when we allow the playing field to be tilted so far in the favor of so few. And again, I guess what I'm asking is there seems to be a moral argument here that somehow people who have made money have done something wrong and need to pay for it. And what you're saying, you say there's something wrong when we allow the playing field to be tilted. The argument seems to be there's something wrong when the government allows people, rich people, to keep their own money.
Well, we cut taxes by trillions of dollars for people making more than $250,000 a year over the last 8 years. That wasn't a magic elixir for growth. It was a very weak recovery, and we stumbled into the worst economic crisis in multiple generations.
I understand the economic argument. Why make that a moral argument? Something wrong. People at the commanding heights of the economy have not played by the rules. Why the moral argument?
Look, you're taking a line from the introduction that sets the stage for the discussion, which is we need to go back to an issue of balance. So in the 90s, we had a more balanced view. We've gotten out of balance. People at the commanding heights of the economy with incomes over $250,000 a year have been receiving trillions of dollars of tax cuts while the middle class has been squeezed like never before. That squeeze on the middle class is what got us into this crisis. It's why the president is committed to renewable, clean energy that makes us secure from foreign energy dependence, for reforming the education system, for health care. All of those things are about relieving the squeeze on the middle class so we don't get into this again.
Simple question. You think maybe this was overwritten?
I think it's very well written.
Did you write it?
No.
All right. Mr. Goolsbee, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Please come back, sir.
Anytime.